around, okay? I got an email earlier this week saying, hey, my 14-year-old son is doing a special school project studying stand-up comedy. Would it be okay if he comes to your open mic and tries stand-up for the first time? And I thought that is a super slick way for a teenager to talk their mom into taking them out to a bar. But here it is, everybody. Doing stand-up for the very first time. Please make them feel welcome. Put your hands together for Charlie Nash, everybody.
So hi. First things first. Other than the last guy, I have been traumatized by the last 10 comics. But yeah, before I start, how many of you have a lot of money? It sounds weird out of context, but I made a bet with my dad for any joke that bombs, I have to owe him $5, and it's honestly not very easy making money as a 14-year-old. I mean, like, I do a little babysitting on the side. In fact, I was supposed to do a little babysitting tonight. But I left the kid in front of the TV, so it should be fine. But yeah, I am 14. So, raise the hands. How many of you were not expecting a 14-year-old to come up on stage? And I'm sorry, none of you. Raise my hand right with you, because honestly, I wasn't expecting this either. So, if you didn't raise your hand, two options. Number one, you're too drunk. Number two, you were warned ahead of time. Number three, you're a psychic. That's the end of that. I make a lot of dumb decisions because I'm youthful, I suppose. Like, my parents were heard of learning opportunities. It took me a second to figure out a damn word. But I think one of my more recent dumbness things, I guess, was when I was told, or I was asked by a friend to come over to his house to watch a horror movie. Great idea, other than the fact I've never seen a horror movie before. So anyways, I accepted. But we watched the movie. I decided to come, I think, because I didn't want to look like a wuss. I think my friends decided to just watch the movie because the one thing that all horror movies have in common, to look at boobs. What am I doing with my life? But like most horror movies, like have like a serial killer or something like that. It made me realize something. Like occasionally they'll get a ghost, and it made me realize something. That ghosts are just rich people problems. It honestly makes me want to move into an apartment more than I already do. Surely because, let me flick through my cards real quick. You don't really, you've never heard of an apartment ghost for the reason of you can break the lease. You can move in today and then move out today. But other than that, I've also realized that there are a lot of duvets. I only recently found out what a duvet is, like last week. And I didn't know what a duvet was until last week too. But like, what I thought it was before then, to put it short, Applebee's 2 for $20. Like unrelated to ghosts at all, doing that type of transition. My dad actually, first thing, my dad, I'm going to tell you a fact about my dad, because none of you asked. My dad was actually a combat photographer in the Gulf War, as in my notes as I can see. And I'm kind of confused on like how that works. It's like, duck, say cheese. Like, he doesn't really tell me a lot about it because he prefers not to. It's understandable. But whenever he does talk about it, he tells me he needs a lot of army models. So that's, That's a dumb joke there. I'm surprised none of my jokes bomb, so that's... Honestly, I think that was just out of sympathy, but honestly, I would like to say, but I do have to get back to that babysitting job.